What is up? What is up? I'm going to run through the usual suspects here. Checking out those Prague calls. Wait to see who all we get in chat this evening. Hey, DD14, how's it going, man? Denell, yeah, I am indeed thawed out. A whole lot of shoveling went on this morning. Current temperature here up in the frozen tundra. We are at -2 degrees right now. We did hit -5 earlier, so that was it actually warmed up going into the evening here, but looks like we're dipping down. Lagging on your end, wrestler? So yeah, kind of taking a peek at the chains here, seeing what all we've got. So this Friday looks like people are hopeful that we'll get back up about the 35 zone. Almost 10,000 contracts open on the call side of the house. Don't know what's going on there. We've got almost 1,000 calls at 20. Those must have been people buying as it was going down or open a bottom tick. Ooh, what do we got here? Oh, that's on the daily. Houston would not survive those temperatures. You know, the funny thing, 214, every place I lived, even when I was in the Army and down south, every place I lived, while I lived there, it snowed. Even down in Georgia, southern Louisiana, San Antonio. San Antonio's like the year that I moved out there. It was like the first week I was there, we got hit with an ice storm. Georgia was we got hit by an ice storm there that shut down half the state. So it's just, at least here in Minnesota, snow and ice is a regular thing, so it's not. I know it's not me at that point. Can you believe those people spamming over on Claybro's channel during the giveaway? So I kind of wanted to peek here on AMC to see if what we're looking at. Unfortunately, I cannot say that on my stream. So looking at these, these are strange. Looks like we got some $1.50. Or wait. $1.50 on that spread. Yeah, the option chain just looks really goofy here. Almost had me. Funny thing is, I'm a NASCAR fan. I was actually watching the race when Brandon Jones won it. So it was kind of funny because I'm like, they're not cheering for Brandon there. It was a good race though. So yeah, I kind of wanted to check levels of support here because it looks like AMC is actually holding up. So I kind of want to look at where some of these bull puts are at. And only 4 days out, it's just the volatility so ramped up right now that that's where a lot of the value is coming from. So I've still got my lower level down here in the 2760 range, which I thought we actually got down that low. Oh, it's on the 1 minute. So let's check I'm gonna check the 30-minute here. Just 30-minute might pull out to the 5-minute. Like I said, each person can put their own lines to kind of manipulate the data how they want, but looking off the way I set it before, see, I'm still hesitant of the big dip we got there on the V. So it'll be interesting to see if we hold this channel or hold above it. That's kind of the indicator that I'm looking for before I look at bull put spreads. You could almost split the difference as kind of like a warning zone. So what kind of a day did everyone have in the market? I know Prague certainly doing good for me today. That's wrestler. That's an interesting question, and I think it's more relevant these days. Asking when the moon is. When you look at the steps, I just heard about it today, so I want to do some research. But people were talking that per quarter, people invest in Citadel can only take out, I think it's like 6.25% per quarter of their investment or of their money that they have in there. I almost wonder if they're trying to keep cash from flowing out in case they get margin called, or if they end up having to cover because they're going to want that capital on standby because they know that once it starts they're going to get the little circuit breaker halts, but it's just going to keep running on them. So I almost wonder if taking steps like that, they're scared. My opinion, they might be scared of it going to the moon fairly soon. And that goes back to the thesis of them wanting to close their positions out to be able to get the tax write-off for next year. So of course, I don't want to be like I don't want to steal Calabro saying that it's tomorrow, because we'd love it to be tomorrow, and of course when today hits, then tomorrow's the next day. But yeah, I think we might be getting towards the end game, because when you look at it, and when you really look at what it takes to short a stock down, how much money have they spent pushing us down? we see when they're not able to, when they don't short us and we're able to have control. Moon is this month. Let's go buy, like, let's go buy more shares. Yeah, let's go buy more shares. When you look at it, when the pressure comes off, AMC starts to run. And the hedge funds cannot keep this up forever. Eventually, they will run out of money. They do not have an infinite amount of money. And it goes to show that, they can, they can drive the stock down. And then it starts, as soon as, hey, Riptide, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by to say hi. So yeah, they can push us down in the short term, and then we pick it right back up again. They push us down again. It picks right back up again. They only have so much gas in the tank, and I wonder if this right here is them running out of gas. Throwing everything they have at us for, one last push to try and get us down to try to cover. Hey, Trapper, thanks for coming by, man. I almost wonder, we had this long stretch. Yeah, they came down a bit. Other than that, it's been mostly upward trend. And I just wonder if they were, at that time, saving up their money and looking to make it, if they knew that we were going to have a slow week for Thanksgiving, need a new Keurig. Yeah, I've never used a Keurig, but everyone seems to like them. My coffee usually says Monster on the outside of it. But I almost wonder if they saved up, if they let it, let some of these runs go through, and they're basically trying to have powder on hand, knowing that Thanksgiving was going to be a low volume week, and using that to their advantage. If they knew the volume was going to be low, they know that that's an easier time to push the stock down. It's just, if you only have so much money to throw at the stock, it's best to throw at a time period when the market's already going to be moving downward, because then they get momentum on their side. And this to me looks like they knew the momentum was coming on the downward, on a bear trend, and they threw everything they had at it, and they drove it down to 25.31. Now, who knows, they might have had a target window where they're like, if we can get it down to 20, we'll cover. If we can get it down to 18, we'll, they might have had their own trading plan, knowing exactly where they wanted to get out of it at. But it really comes down to, they took a huge swing. They spent a ton of money doing it, because movement like that, even at low volume, does not come cheap. And we know they've spent billions of dollars already pushing the stock down, throughout the entire duration. So there's no doubt that they spent tons of money, and it's money that they might have been, trying to get that last push in. Yeah, DD14, that's the key. The longer it takes for them to finally decide to cover, the more painful it's going to be for them when they actually do cover. And of course, they're gonna keep doing tactics like this any chance they get to try and shake off paper hands. And that's just, that's the mentality of the paper hands, is when you see stuff like that happening, and if you're not committed, it's like, okay, yep, I got punched in the nose, I'm bleeding, I'm going to get out of it. Well, okay, take your paper hands, use it to soak up all the blood running out of your nose, and move on to another stock, because that's not what we're doing. So of course, I do want to see how this channel will hold up, because looking at, squeeze him so hard that, yeah, give him a bowl hug instead of a bear hug. Was the news about them not letting clients money free until March anyway? No, I touched on that briefly, Riptide. I have not had a chance to look into it yet, but it's from preliminary stuff that I've seen, just kind of headlines, it's looking like they're only allowing 6.25% of assets being held to be released within a quarter. So every quarter you can draw 6.25%. Now I'm, gotta look into it to see, because that might be based upon the total size of your account. All accounts over $10,000. They might say that, or depending on what accounts they're looking at, it might be limited by the total weight of your account. Because if you have $10, using a ridiculously small amount of money, if you have $10, they're not going to say, oh, this quarter you can only draw out $6.25, or 6.25% of that money. I don't see that happening. I think this is more for larger accounts to keep people from pulling money out that they might want as capital for when the short squeeze happens, because they are going to need a ton of capital on hand when the squeeze kicks off. So with them kind of holding the money, I don't want to say hostage, but with them limiting the withdrawal rate, that does mean that they're going to have more capital on standby. So yeah, kind of looking here. And that was the vertical earlier when I was looking at it. That was what was messing up. I had it on call still. I never switched it over to puts. I don't spam the chat. Yeah, looking at it here, the chain still looks kind of funny on the bull puts. Looks like they filled it out kind of funny. I just don't know about these ranges, because I just took a little bit of a loss on the bull puts that I had that ended last week. Kind of want to give the market a chance to give AMC a chance to stabilize a bit. Once was enough as far as what DD214? I'm looking to see if there's something. Now next week isn't looking that bad. Maybe on the 24-25s. Oh, the clapper. Hey, Simon. Welcome to the chat. Oh, Simon's here. Let's switch over to Prague. So yeah, Simon, I am actually with you on calls for Prague. So I've still got my 17s. I haven't gotten rid of those yet because those are still looking fairly weak. But I did pick up on the 23rd. That'll be a short week. Okay, Rip, you're still in Prague also? Yeah. So yeah, looking at Prague right now, so the 23rd still kind of low volume there. Yeah, those monthlies. I mean, if you look at those 750 monthlies, I remember we all thought we could wake up one day and AMC will be running. Holding a few Prague. Yeah, it is possible that the moon of AMC and GME will, it's possible it could start pre-market or aftermarket. I'm holding Prague, but not options. I lost money on Prague calls. Oh, I was thinking, yeah, I had a brain fart there. I was thinking Devil's Advocate. I know Devil's Advocate, he plays Prague calls quite a bit. Yeah, I've got two different call positions and I've got shares on Prague. 'Cause I still believe that, I still believe Prague is set for a pretty good rip. It's just that the timing, figuring out the timing. So yeah, I've got calls ending 11 days from now and calls ending 17 days from now. My 17-day out, I'm actually up on those right now. I'm down on the monthlies. That's what I'm kind of hoping for, some price action to get out of those at a reasonably decent price. But I wanted to look at on Prague, because they've pushed us down into a nice channel. Looking at the monthlies, thoughts on Dogelon. Is that a separate coin from Dogecoin? I still need to do more research on crypto. Can I check Dogelon on Webull? Yeah, it's not Dogecoin. And I can't see Dogelon on here. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that coin. Most of the coins that I know are the ones listed here off to the left side. Oh, only Crypto.com. I actually might want to look at getting Crypto.com. I originally was looking to get one from there, but they use Plaid, and Plaid doesn't recognize my credit union. So I actually ended up when I got my BlockFi, I ended up having to go through and create a Capital One 360 online checking account. And that was how I managed to get in and start doing it. So I might use that to go check some of the other wallets out. Yeah, so Christmas bull puts. So a $50 collateral will earn you a $22 premium. That's not bad if it can, if it stays up, up around the $3 range. Just, you're really close right there, because we're only 32 cents away right now. So that could be kind of dangerous unless you get a push in the next couple weeks. When Doge was trading at a fourth of or 0.4 of a cent, asked a guy on YouTube. He was live and asked about Dogecoin. He cussed at me and said, "With your yeah." And see that. Yeah, I of course would never want to say anything bad about another YouTuber, but that's unprofessional. You got people coming into your channel, you got people watching, and if they're asking a legitimate question, why get uppity with them? Obviously, if he doesn't. I would never have a problem with someone coming in here and asking a question, and I've even stated I have no problem with people coming in asking the same question, even if I just answered it yesterday or an hour before. I have no problem answering the same question because someone in the community wants to know. And granted, this channel isn't monetized, but if you're on a monetized channel, If you're getting paid for what you do, well, that's your job. You better be answering people. After a few months, Doge ran up. Yeah, and I do hold a bit of Doge. Bet the guy was speechless. Yeah. Nobody had. Oh my God, that was so nice down there. I'd love to see something like that later in the week when I've got some money freed up. Get more Doge at 16 cents a coin. Look at Doge, look at Shiba. That's up. Bat's down. Well, down's a relative term when it comes to Bat. First time I got in Bat, it was like 94 cents a coin. Now we're up around $1.34. Oh my goodness. I don't know what was up there, but that was certainly very nice. Oh, no data on Uniswap? Alright. Okay, just looked at Litecoin, Ethereum. Oh, so how did everyone else do in the market today? I didn't even, I wasn't paying attention today. I'm on vacation right now, so I kind of was doing some laundry, doing some shoveling. Yeah, and I haven't gone on Trey's channel too much, but the little bit that I have seen, he's a pretty stand-up guy, and the respect certainly flows both ways. If if you're going to be a content creator, you got to respect the people coming to your channel. Now I know that there are shills out there, and yep, and that's why if you look right at the bottom of the screen where it says "not financial advice," right below the cursor there, "not financial advice." One day maybe I can get like a bronze Curious or something and get a Gladius and come in the chat and be like, "Are you not entertained?" A little bit of gladiator humor there. But yeah, it's just hanging out and coming out, hanging out, talking about stocks, or even not talking about stock. Just talk about anything in general. No trades for you today, Trapper. Yeah, I didn't do any trading today. A lot of my capital is either tied up in positions, or it's on standby in case it's guarding a stop loss. It's ensuring that if I have to get out of a position, I can. So yeah, I didn't do any trading today. Thoughts on Ape Father? I haven't been to Ape Father's channel. Is there an O coming after that, Simon? Oh, there's the O. Yep. I saw the hell and I'm like, hell or hello? But yeah, after that initial blast through, I am glad we're coming back up, and as long as we hold, as long as we can hold above that line, I might start jumping back into some bull puts on AMC, but I've got to see. It's got to start trending like it wants to hold there, because I am looking at the 24-25 range to get back into some bull puts until we start to get back up around the 40 range. Or even, let's have a look here. Let's get creative. Only 1 year without a range. Oh God, yeah, buying puts on almost anything. There's only one place I would not be buying puts. And let's jump in. Okay, yeah, it's starting to downturn now. So does that mean the SPY's recovering? Still looks like the SPY doesn't know what it wants to do. Let's check all the majors. Q's much the same. I can have my wrench. I still cannot believe I didn't win either of the two drawings today. Yeah, from 1200. I thought Tesla dropped around 950 actually. Give me a second, we'll check that again. Yeah, all three indices are looking about the same. Yeah, Tesla did drop down to the 950 range. So yeah, that would have been, had you bought puts, so let's actually, yeah, we'll keep it on vertical. Hey, Riptide, I appreciate that, man. Hey, also, if each one of you like can find like one person to jump on and subscribe to help the channel grow. AMC getting a baby push. So looking at it, $10, that's $1,000 right there. You have to go up to Trapper. Trapper, do you really want to know the answer to that question? I texted to jump on. I apologize in advance. Oh. Yeah, so looking, the 970 to 975, so that's $500 collateral per contract on bull puts is currently paying out a premium of $175. So divide that by 5, you're looking a little bit over $30 a contract matching value for if you're putting it on AMC instead, because AMC's has a $1 spread, so it's only $100 instead of $500. So yeah, you just divide by 5 and you can do a cost comparison between Tesla bull puts and AMC bull puts. Playbro open on more than one tab? No, I only I'm usually on my on my cell phone. But when I'm at home, if I'm not on if I'm not at work, because I'm on vacation every day this week except for Friday, so I can bounce back between the phone and my desktop. Yep, and I've been training for things like that for quite a while. We'll leave it at that. I was happy when I saw that when he put the slow mode on, I was still able to do it. I was like, oh yeah, that's not doing a thing. I shouldn't be giving y'all tips on how I do all that. But the thing is, like I said in chat, if I end up winning one of the drawings like that, I'm only gonna run in one of them. If I win once, I'm not gonna enter any others. And if I win anything of monetary value, I'd like the money to go to the Ronald McDonald House. Now, of course, if it's a shirt or anything like that, of course I want the shirt. But between Shriners Hospitals, Ronald McDonald House, Ochsner's Children's Hospital, anything like that, those are good places to. If you're looking to make monetary donations, those are the best ones to do, in my opinion. I think they're good charities to give to. Of course, anything. Do your research, but any of the charities that support veterans. I just don't know if $500 a contract is quite a bit of money to have tied up. Granted, that's only 4 days out. Let's look at the monthlies. Monthly bull puts. Yeah, see again, all these are $1,000 contracts until you get up to the 1,000, 1,005. So that'd be a $500 contract with a $230 premium. And we've already seen it can run down. We've seen that money can just evaporate in an instant if it ran down to $950. With a 0.2 delta, yeah, those would be immensely dangerous. Now, if you're doing singles on puts. Yeah, I don't have the money to. That's a lot of money to tie up on puts, unless you went even the farthest out. Yeah, I'm not comfortable on a single contract costing me over $1,000. That's not when I can jump over. If I had $1,000 or $1,100 to play one put there, but I can come over to AMC. And run 10 bull puts there, making $260. So yeah, I'd be losing out on $60, but I'm entering into more contracts and I'm further away. It takes more price movement to get within range. It's your chances of profit. You're not making as much, but you have a higher chance of profit, and that's what it comes down to. You're here to make money. You're shouldn't be worried about big scores. Not when you can sit there and keep getting not more chances, but having being further away from the money to where you have a better chance of cashing in. So did anyone have anything they wanted to look at? Yeah, Simon, what are you interested in the Greeks? We'll jump over to single contracts here. Just to make it easier, we'll go single contracts and calls because a majority of people who play options play calls. They play calls because calls are they're one of the simpler. Any single leg strategy is a lot simpler to go over. So yeah, we'll jump on the calls here. So what are you interested in as far as the Greeks? Master Frank. I am certainly not a master. So delta, the delta is for each dollar the stock price moves. So say you wanted to go ahead and buy, say you wanted to buy 35, the $35 calls ending next month, the monthlies. So if the share price goes from, we're currently at 28.79. If the share price goes to 29.79, a movement of $1, the value of the contract would go up by $20.83, almost $21. So the delta is what the value of the stock will change based on a $1 movement. Now, when dealing with delta, you also have to take gamma into account. Because when you move up your delta, if you move your delta up by the one full dollar amount to the $20.83, your gamma would kick in, and gamma would be the change at $1. So if it moved up $1, your next delta would be $25.50 some cents. So after your delta kicks in for your dollar amount, your gamma is added to your delta and gives you your new delta. So as you get closer to the money, that's how you get the curve on the price. As it goes up, it's compounding how much it's worth. So remember, delta and gamma, they're kind of tied to each other on how they move. So your delta and your gamma are affected by your price movement. And your theta, that of course is your time decay. And theta, of course, so if you bought at noon and it cost you $90 for the contract, by noon the next day, the value of that contract would go down by the value of the delta. So essentially a $90 contract would turn into an $83 contract. And that's if nothing else changed in the price of the stock. Yeah, delta would be your gains. As you gain value on your share price, as the price of the stock goes up, you would gain value on your delta. And it's the same thing, flip it over to the other side of the house and go to puts. If you bought puts the same thing, except instead of an ascending delta, or instead of a descending delta, now you have an ascending delta. As you go up, your delta goes up on the other side. Hey, Danelle, coming in telling everyone to click the like button. So, Simon, any other questions on the Greeks? And Vega just deals with the volatility. Oh yeah, no problem, Simon. It's I when I first got into, I did a lot of research, but not as much as I thought I should have. But I did quite a bit of research on options before I even started playing them, and it still took me a while to grasp the Greeks. And there's still aspects of it that I'm learning. Just like everyone else in the channel. That's why I'm not a financial advisor, because a lot of the stuff I'm still learning, and I think so far I've done pretty good for myself on options. I wish I did better, and wish every single one of my trades was winning, but that's just not the way the market goes. Oh, okay, I didn't realize you were driving, Simon. Okay, the gamma. So when your delta moves up $1 and your delta is enacted, the new delta will change by the value of the gamma. So if you on these 34s, we'll just go up to $34 calls because they've got good easy numbers to use. The delta is 25.25. So $25 of value per dollar movement of the share price. The gamma is 0.05, essentially $5. So as you move up the dollar of your 25 delta, it would then turn into a 30 delta for the next dollar up. So basically, you get like a whole compounding price going on, which gives you that curve going upwards. Hopefully, you're only typing like at stop signs and stuff like that. Don't want you to get pulled over for being on your for typing on your phone while you're driving. That's definitely not safe. Yeah, but I certainly happy with the community support on this channel because I think we are getting close to 50 subscribers, which is definitely cool. Certainly like to see the channel growing, and more subscribers hopefully means more people coming in and asking more questions and more interactive chat. Oh, only typing at a light. Yep, that is good. For all the proggers out there, we're up to 285 now. So I'm looking for prog to start with a nice run tomorrow. That could be a good exit point for me because I've got those calls, but I'm mainly looking to swing those. I'm hoping hoping we get a decent run up and I can exit those this week. I don't want my options to outstay their welcome. Hey, no problem, Trapper. Thanks for stopping by. We'll definitely see you on Claybro stream tomorrow. And like I said, if you know anyone that might be interested in subscribing to the channel, just to help it grow, I've been going on Twitter, and other creators been dropping tags, dropping links and everything, trying to get the channel to grow, and hopefully grow my channel and Claybro's at the same time. That would definitely be good. Get me up to 1,000 and get him to 100,000 by Christmas. That'd be perfect. Help Papa Claybro's channel grow. Kind of looking over the numbers here. Yeah, if we get their numbers are still weird the way they update. Yeah, so if Prague takes off on a tear, looking at some of these, $16 delta with a 16 gamma, 13, almost 14 delta with a 14 gamma. I mean, some of these. Hey, Trapper, I appreciate it, man. See, this is looking at the Prague call options 17 days out. This is the type of thing that the hedge funds are scared of. Anyone shorting a stock, when your delta and gamma are, the $3.50s, looking at those, a 0.4 delta with a 0.3 gamma, 0.3 gamma with a 0.26, or a 0.3 delta with a 0.26 gamma. Some of these, if Prague starts to run, the value of these contracts are just going to skyrocket, and this is indicative of what we would see based on short interest of the free float, cost to borrow, shares available. When we start seeing AMC's calls, seeing the delta and gamma tighten up like that, that is when the hedge funds will be terrified of a short squeeze kicking off, because they're going to gain so much value on the way up that the options alone, anything they haven't hedged for, is just going to ruin them. So you come over to AMC's options. So you look at theirs. You've got a 0.51 with a 0.04. So I mean, certainly a lot wider of a gap. When you start seeing the gamma catching up with the delta, that's when it gets really dangerous for them to continue holding a short position. And that might almost start to look for those numbers to tighten up, and that could be an indicator that the hedge funds are in a danger zone. Nothing's going to guarantee the short squeeze, but when your delta and gamma start closing in on each other, that's when they really got to look at their positions and look at how many days does it days to cover. If it's tightening up and they get in a position where days to cover are pushing over the next option cycle, that's why Clay was talking about having low volume leading up to the squeeze. Well, if you get low volume and you get good price action and volatility, and your delta and gamma start to tighten up, that low volume is just gonna it's gonna multiply the problem for them. So who do we still have in the chat out there? We've got Simon driving. Oh, ripped. Yeah, I was looking. I thought you might have still been here because you had the channel on for the algo. In fact, how are we 11 days out? Yep, Simon's still here. Riptide's still here. Yeah, if Prague can just keep gathering momentum. No, let's see. I just don't know if my Weeble is lagging behind. Sharpening my knives, listening to you, watching Prague climb up a bit. Yeah, Prague's been on a nice steady upward trend. Looks like there's just a little bit of a pullback recently, but yeah, it's Prague's looking good. If it can hold this into tomorrow and keep building off this, that's the important thing, because you can get a slow climb, but if your price change, dealing with options, not with shares. If you're that's the thing about options. If you get a slow climber to where your gamma is being negated by your theta, that sucks, because you're gaining price, but you're not gaining value in your contracts because they're moving in lockstep with each other to where they're basically equalizing each other out. But yeah, certainly for Prague, let's jump out on the 30. That just painful push down on Prague. They got us below that 250 level, and see us come back up above this. If we hold this channel, that'll be great. If we push back up and start running, even greater. But yeah, need Prague to keep running. You're at a 317. Give me a second. I have to use multiple. I use multiple multiple things, multiple trading apps. My average is just above 265 on Prague. Just above 265. I've got 9 different contracts open. And let's go all the way back. I started... Oh wow, I didn't realize I've been in Prague that long. Yeah, I think if Prague did drop back down below 250, I'd be looking. Oh, hey, there's a spam, or there's a bot. If only the bot would come in and subscribe. I have no problem with bots if they subscribe to the channel. If Prague dips back down, pull up the 5-minute. Where? The 240 to 250 range, if Prague fell back through there, I would certainly look towards loading up on shares. Me personally, just here talking with my friends. No financial advice at all. It's almost like you have 2 different channels here. In fact, you can block the bot if you want, but bots don't subscribe, so yeah, if you wanted to get rid of it. How low is that? That is actually to the top of that red candle. I just wanted to look where the 225 was. And if the bot's in here, adding to the watch time. It's so hard moving. Move down. Oh. It's like a 0.4 increment every time. I actually like the bottom of that channel right there. I timed him out. He can be here, he just can't type anymore. So yeah, looking at Prague, I would almost break it down to 2 distinct channels. So yeah, looking at it, if Prague can hold the upper channel for maybe another day or 2, I would look towards doing some bull put spreads. If they break back into the lower channel, that's when I'd look towards buying shares. And also, hang on, let's go over. I want to look at options. Let's look at the $3 covered calls, just in case it's range bound for a while. Single calls. How are we looking for this week? 350s if they come up in $210 worth of value, but I'm not sure that's really worth it. Let's see. Gotta go grab another beer. Can y'all still hear me? Deleted Riptide's map. All right, now come on, Simon. No drugs or alcohol allowed. Yeah, I was playing out the controls. I saw was looking to see where the mute button was from my mic, just for future reference. So I am actually going to run to the bathroom real quick. I'm going to pull a Claybro and mute it. And I am back. In here, we do it different. We didn't. No. Bad, Simon. Bad. So did anyone else have questions? well, that's right. I was looking at Prague covered calls. So Prague covered calls on the monthly. Yeah, there's just, granted it's a lower, lower share price, but I just don't think for Prague, covered calls would really be worth it, because 18-cent price movement and your covered calls are in the money for $32 worth of premium. It just does not seem worth it. And for 18 cents of price movement, 11 days is forever. Those are just way too dangerous for not getting that much value out of them, unless you're looking to play the wheel. If you had, if you have 600-700 shares and you wanted to play 2 covered calls, and just play those until you can roll them over into cash secured puts. So $28 a premium at the 350 strike. Yeah, there's. I just don't see enough value in covered calls on Prague. But weighed against the potential of it having a really fast run up and being able to unload those shares, right away. I definitely see more value in playing bull puts. For each contract, for the $2 to $250, you put up $50 of collateral, you're earning $20 of premium, and those will burn in 11 days. But then again, let's do a little bit of mathing right here. If you wanted alright, oh, that's not going to work. Can't use that. So we're currently at 282 share price. 50 divided by so for each contract you can buy almost 18 shares. So yeah, Prague looks to be one of those positions that I would steer. I would not do covered calls because they're certainly not worth the value. And your bull put spread, the money you would spend on bull put, granted you would be earning $20 premium right away. So you do have the potential to make a little bit, and taking that premium and buying right back into shares if you didn't feel like holding it. So basically it comes down to, would you rather collect $20 of premium and recycle, or would you rather get almost 18 shares? So let's call it 1773. Now let's multiply by 3. So running the numbers real quick, you could enter into a bull put spread on Prague, collect a $20 premium, and as long as it stays above 250, that $20 is yours and your $50 collateral would be returned. And that would give you that'd give you $70, $70 on one contract with a $20 net positive. So you're looking at a 40% increase. Now, if you took that same $50 and invested it in almost 18 shares of PROG, and from $2.82 saw a run up to $3, that would end up making your total value $53.20 roughly. So yeah, you are seeing a lot. You'll see a lot less money, but that's only on a run up to 3. So if we took that, multiplied it around to 3.5, you're looking at $62. So at that point, if you're looking long term on PROG, definitely shares will always be boss on that. If you're looking to turn around, get a little bit of money, yeah, playing a bull put a little bit further down, has potential to make you money. And definitely, if you are using Webull and you're looking at these, keep in mind it'll always show you the lowest value first. So this right here is dangerous because one leg of it is already above. You're basically bracketing in the current share price. So that makes those a little dangerous there. So always make sure that both numbers, if you're going to be playing any kind of spread, if it's your intention to undercut the market, make sure that both numbers are below the current share price. Because it's not that bad on these, but when you go over and start checking like your iron butterflies and iron condors, if you're not paying attention and you see, okay, we're at 282 right now, so I'll just take the 250s. So I'm underneath there. The 250 is your only strike price that is below, because you got your 250, your 3, 350, and 4. You would actually have to dip all the way down to this contract. This contract for everything to fall below, up 1 more, up 2 more. This is your bracket contract, which would be your $2, $2.50, $3, $3.50. So you click on those, graph them out. And current price is 282, so that slots you right in the center. So if you're looking at, if you thought that the stock was going to maintain and not move and run in this channel, for the short term, for the medium term, this would bracket you in nicely. So whenever you're playing a condor, you want 2 above your strike price and 2 below your strike price, and that'll always bracket you right in the center, or wherever you intend for your price to be. This is on Webull. Yeah, this is there. I think there's a link in mind for Webull. If you don't have it, there's a link on Clay's. If you don't have it, personally, in my own self-interest, there's always my Webull link. Hey, Doge Gaming, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. Oh, we're just going over a little bit of PROG options here, just kind of just seeing what we see and having a little bit of fun and hanging out and chatting, having a non-financial advice kind of day. So on these, you would actually be only putting up $50 a contract, because Shroud just uploaded. So if you remember, whenever you enter into any kind of whenever you're selling any kind of contract, it is always the difference in your strike prices multiplied by the shares. So in this, it's 50 cents is a separation between your strike prices multiplied by 100, $50 that you'd be depositing, or that you would have to put up as collateral. Yeah, Clay already went live for the second time. Yeah, that wrapped up almost an hour and a half ago. So those are December 17th. I actually want to pull back. Oh, December 10th. Okay, so yeah, December 10th will be this week. Yeah, so going just off this week, these are the calls and the not the calls. These are the iron butterflies that are ending on Friday. Closing limit price was at 25. You'd be putting up $50 collateral per contract. So looking at it on 10 contracts, your maximum profit $250 off a $500 investment. Hey, do you sue Streamlabs 2? Do I sue? Or use? I'm on Streamlabs for my platform. But yeah, I'm on Streamlab. I also really like the name. It's really cute. Oh, the name for this channel, the Carbon Fiber Viper. There are multiple meanings going on with that. Because you take so a diamond is essentially heated and compressed coal. Well, coal is carbon. So of course you need carbon to make diamonds. The fiber, not only because carbon fiber, one of the toughest, lightest, strongest materials out there, but also by work in the cable industry, so fiber optic cables. So it kind of has a double meaning there. And the Viper, kind of because how quick I am with the first comments on Claybro streams, but also as a way using options to strike at the hedge funds. Just a way to attack them and try to take their money from them. So Carbon Fiber Viper. I wonder, how are we looking? Yeah, see, even going bull put spreads out into January. Oh, all right. Well, thanks for stopping by, Doge Gaming. Hey, I was asking some of the other people in chat if you know anyone who's interested in supporting the channel. Uh, if they just pop in, hit that red subscribe button. They wouldn't have to turn on notifications or anything, but just trying to get the subscriber count up, and it would help the channel grow just with the algorithm. But of course, thanks for stopping by. And if you ever want to come out and hang out and you see us on here, it's rather informal, just kind of a Q&A and going over random things. So Riptide, are you on? Do you have Weeble? Here also, I'll ask my friends about they're also into investing. Yeah, that's yeah, because Dogecoin. I mean, it doesn't even have I like to focus on options, but we can talk crypto, we can talk regular stocks. There's this isn't a dedicated structure of we are going to do this every day and that's all we're going to do. I don't believe in that. There are other plays out there. There are thousands of stocks. Oh, and Simon got to the gym. All right, what are we looking at? We're on Prague bull puts ending this week. Yeah, there's not a lot of value there for those. We do have the monthlies. How are we looking? So it looks like AMC is falling back into this channel here. Oh, we're on the 5 minute. Let's jump on the 1 minute. Oh, looks like it's already done for the day. Yeah, AMC did push back down below this 28.90 mark. Prague can still potentially hold that channel. Go on the 5 minute here. And let's check GameStop, the granddaddy of them all. And GameStop is still playing at the lower edge. Closed up above that level that I put in the right about that 166 mark. I don't know, just it looks like GameStop might be having a little bit harder of a time finding a steady support. Kind of just have to wait and see how this plays out. And I would almost look to this level dropping down to 163.30. On 63.30, and let's give them so yeah, that would be the new channel I would have for GameStop, looking at resistance up about 174 and support down at 163.30. Just to try and tighten that corridor up, because with how far they got pushed down, any kind of channel they can start running, any kind of additional bracket, almost. So if I was going to run double brackets, you know, an upper level and lower level, I would put the uppers at 185 to 174 and the lower from 174 down to 163.30. In fact, how do I add this not on? Yeah, and I think I might actually start adding more stocks to the watch list just for the ones we regularly come to. But I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank everyone for coming by. Simon, Doge Gaming, Riptide, running through checking all the names here. Trapper, who stopped by earlier, DD214, Danelle. And we shall see. We may end up tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow we have a better day in the market. Come in, do a midday stream in between Claybro's morning and afternoon, and then hopefully an aftermarket wrap up, same as today. But thanks for everyone for coming by. If you can hit that like and subscribe button, get it out on social media, share with your friends, and let's grow the channel together. And have yourselves a good evening.